Good afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic Day Trader, and this is your market wrap for July 22nd, 2022. We're about 5 minutes after the close here, so what you're looking at is the closing price here for the Qs. We came into today bullish, waiting for the pullback in the market to see what our next level of support and resistance is. So we did get that. We've been talking kind of last couple days, just get that watch list ready for when we get this pullback. Hourly pullback here is what we got. And as long as we stay below today's low, then I think we should stay bullish. Okay, so we're still going to be bullish going into tomorrow. We do have this hourly pivot now to work with on the Qs and on the SPY. Now it is going to be a little bit at odds here with the daily, okay, which has run up into resistance. We did talk about that yesterday. Multiple bars up into resistance, okay, and so we're getting a little bit of a pullback now. So the daily putting in a pivot here at the resistance over at 308.55, okay, and then the hourly trying to put in some support here. So hourly chart trying to put in some support, daily chart trying to put in some resistance. So we'll see who wins out going into next week. I think a lot of that will depend on, we do have some big earnings next week as well as FOMC, okay. So it may come down to less about what the chart is signaling, so and more so what is the reaction to FOMC, or what kind of gaps do we get from earnings, okay? So keep that in mind. So we've had a nice move up. We've been bullish, all right, this week as we got the move up, and now we're getting a little bit of a pullback, okay? All right, so we'll see how next week's big events play out. Okay, but just for Monday, so for Monday, as long as we stay above today's low, I'm going to stay bullish. If we break underneath the pivot, right, then I'm going to shift to neutral. Can even start to be bearish, but we do have some support here, not far below. Okay, so neutral underneath today's low, but stay bullish otherwise. That's my plan. All right. All right, let's go over the plays from today. The first play out of the gate here from James is the snap gapping down, clearing support. Really, really nice. 1 minute breakdown there on the snap. So just a wonderful call. Really nice high low there from James. Great management on it as well. I know some people even stuck with it. I think he was in it basically through the whole morning. Some people stuck with it all the way until the end of the day. Okay, so really nice, powerful gap on earnings. That's what we like about earnings season, right? And so really nice play there. I did go after the CCRN. All right, was a little bit on the spready side. Did like how it was ending the daily uptrend today, getting that sell-off. Thought it still had a little bit more room. Just got a little bit sloppy, so we did get shaken out, basically came back down and didn't go anywhere. So, but it did shake us out right there. Played it underneath that base. That's highlighted there. All right, that was the CCRN, which didn't work. And then the AKA was such a beauty. I mean, you can see the similarities in the patterns. I'm looking for this weakness. I'm looking for the bases. And just hammered it as hard as I could to try and get filled. Couldn't get filled there. Finally started to get filled here, and then as I was trying to add to it, actually became unavailable. So my order started to get rejected, saying that basically this was no longer shortable. Had a really nice level 2. This AKA also just beautiful chart. Lower, looks lower on every time frame. There's the daily there. You can see breaking down to new all-time lows there. Just lower on every time frame. Really, really nice. You can see the 5-minute and then the 15-minute catching up as well and changing angle. That's what we call a late day breakdown. But if you can't get filled or it becomes hard to borrow or whatever, it's kind of out of your control. And so, I thought, did what I could with that. Just some stuff, out of your control. And that's just the way it is sometimes. especially with these that are just really getting beat up and really on the move, and everybody is trying to short it, and it's just just too clear that this thing is really really weak and going to close at the lows. So yeah, I thought overall today it wasn't the easiest. It is nice to see some follow through from the gaps at the open. That's good indication that earnings season is picking up, and that we should be seeing a bunch more of that. And of course, the focus is going to be the market. I think everybody's wondering how much of a bounce do we get here? Is this a longer term bottom, or are we going to come back down to it because of the weekly running into that declining 20? Okay, so yeah, I think this week will tell us a lot. I thought once we got that transition here, I think it was pretty clear. Once if we stay above this pivot, expect higher, and we got that nice breakout too, and had a decent move there for the last few days. But now kind of that resistance kicking in, okay, on the daily, on the Qs. All right. Hope you had a nice week this week, and hope you have a great weekend. We will be back at it on Monday. Talk to you then.